So, welcome back, friends. Let us once again reconnect the topics which we have discussed so far under the subject data visualization for decision making. Under this subject, the topics are organized in such a way that first things which has to be carried out by the analyst, the analysis of data. So, preparing the data, capturing the data, connecting the data, then after organizing the data and some kind of analysis of data. In analysis of data, a lot of things has to be done, which we have discussed under the topic data analysis process. So once your analysis is completed, and now it is time to give the result. It is time to communicate the result to the decision making authorities so that on the basis of analysis they may start decision making process. Now the decision making process is another area where a lot of things has been discussed under the topic of decision making process, which you have seen, and data driven decision making. These things are already discussed in the preceding videos. So anyway, after completion of the this analysis, when the result is ready, when outcome is ready, your insight or trend is ready, now it is time to communicate the result or disseminate the result, provide the result to the concerned authority. That means the authorities who are responsible for decision making, and they are waiting for analytical result which is being provided by the analytical team after doing the analysis of the data. So providing these results, for which we have of course discussed the preparing the result, then communicating the result, the goal of communication, all these thing is there, which involves in the process of delivering the result or communicating the result of analysis. But one thing here comes, as today's we have the topic data visualization, which is very important under this subject. That data visualization comes after analysis. When you are planning to disseminate the result, whatever result you obtain after doing the thorough analysis, so communicating the result to the concerned authority or the people involved in decision making, there are multiple ways of presenting your report or presenting your result. First of all, you can give it a descriptive report, which is documented report. Secondly, you can provide the tabular record, which is based on numerical figure and some statistical models, or based on some statistical table also. Then the third one is you can transfer the result into visual form and you disseminate this visualization to the concerned authority. So this visualized report or visualized result of analysis is more important than other forms. So because it is very easy to understand for the concerned people, and they can very clearly recognize the trends and insight you wants to reflect. Important, but this is the part of delivering the report of analysis. Okay, so let us come to this topic and see what is data visualization. If you see, data visualization is the representation of data through use of common graphics such as charts, plots, infographics, and even animations. I think it is clear. All the terms are very clear. I don't think anybody will be having any complication. So basically here I can add one more term, that data visualization in context with the business analysis, if we say, this is called the business graphics. Here we are saying the common graphics. Here we are saying the infographic. Basically, it is business graphics. Why? Because the business related data, the tabular data, are taken as a basis for generating the business graphics, such as the bar charts, column charts, pie charts, Venn diagrams. Lots of these are concerned as a plots. And sometime within these graphics, we can animate also. Some kind of animation can be added to these graphics to make it more attractive and more meaningful. That is another part, using multimedia. So second part of this definition, the visual displays of information communicate complex data relationship and data-driven insights in a way that is easy to understand. This is very important. You have to, first of all, understand very clearly that who are doing analysis. Naturally, analysis is being done by the technical people. Now, who are going to utilize the result of these analysis? They are partially technical people and partially maybe like customer, other stakeholders. We are not very much technical. But the result should be very clearly and simply understandable to all the stakeholder equally. So that's why it is written here like this. These visual displays of information communicate complex data relationship and data-driven insight in a way that is easy to understand, that you will see in the coming slides. Let us proceed. Advantage of data visualization. If you try to find out disadvantage of data visualization, there is hardly any points can be obtained. Only one thing is that it incurs some cost because you need some ICT infrastructure. Otherwise, if you can manually disseminating the information to the people, then this cost may be saved. Otherwise, the advantages are lots of. Like visualization is a form of visual art that grabs our interest, keeps our eyes on the if you present a tabular data of 3 products by giving their quantity and sale value in numeric as a numeric value, then people have to focus on the table and very carefully they have to note it that which quantity or which sale value is higher or which one is lower and which one is lowest. But in place of that, if you generate these 3 products bar charts, giving the values in y-axis and the products in the x-axis, then immediately within a flash, whatever bar is the higher level, it is highest, and whatever bar is at the lowest level, that is the lower. So that is the point here, that when we see a chart, we quickly see trends and outliers. Some other advantages of data visualization include easily sharing information. Definitely, you can print these charts, you can send these charts through email, you can share with the social networking sites, or sometime you can share with messaging systems and as well as the WhatsApps like communication system. Interactively explore opportunities. Definitely, after generating these charts, you can explore more and more possibility of generating more and more charts based on the values available on the tables or on the data files. Visualize patterns and relationship. That means once a visualization is ready, you can vary them. You can change the sometime their dimensions, sometime their measures, or sometime you give a variation to the values in a summarized form or in a detailed form. So that also is possible. This is the Tableau interface. Okay, and as you see, the things are going on this Tableau interface, and it is generating a density chart, you can say, or bubble chart simply, having the multiple values like reflected through multiple color for which legends are given there, like cluster 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this generation process is depicted here, and this visualization meaning is depicted here for getting a concept how you can go from working with Tableau and how these things can be generated within a flash of finger or with a click of a mouse, with so easily and so attractive, and variation also you can perform within these generated visualization. And definitely it is telling more a story than written descriptive or tabular or statistical models. So you see how Tableau looks, the interface of the Tableau and the working and the way of working, how the mouse is moving from one to another, mouse is dragging things to one place to another place. So these things are there. When you will be using the Tableau, you will be getting this concept. Let us come to next. Now, if we try to understand that how many types of visual say information can be generated, or the generated results can be represented into visual forms, how many type of visual forms? So here are some terms are given, like information can be presented in visual form using charts, number one. And you will see further that what is the meaning of chart when we are saying the charts. Then it can be presented as a table, as we have said, the tabular data form. In the tabular report, it can be presented, and it can be presented as a graph, maybe line graph or something like this. It may be presented as geospatial. That means a particular map of a country or a state will be taken. On the map, it will be, the data will be reflected on the map in a geospatial form. Infographics, again, it is combination of data and geometrical figure. With the help of this, a combination of business graphic or infographic can be generated. And dashboard is a different thing. The concept of dashboard is basically when you generate a result of your analysis, the result is not a single point, but you generate result under multiple segments, multiple sections. And when you present the visual form of these different reports, suppose you are having 5 or 6 layer of reports, then for each layer you will generate one visual presentation, that is one chart or one bar graph or one Venn diagram or one say pie chart maybe. So if someone wants to see all your visualized reporting, all your visual output which you have generated, like 4, 5, 6 visuals, they want to see it in a single place. So in that case, what they want, the managers, they want that you don't show me side by side, one by one, but you show me your entire outputs, your entire reportings in visual form in a single screen. So once you organize your different visual in a single screen, that brings the concept of a dashboard. So what is a dashboard? Collection of visualization and data displayed in one place to help with analyzing and presenting data. So one aspect is there, of course, but another aspect is there, that if you are presenting 4 or 5 visualization under a single dashboard, then you can see the interconnection of these visuals keeping on the dashboard. If you select any one parameter in one visualization, all the other visualization will be automatically updated and changed accordingly. So that is another interesting part of dashboard. One important part is that all visual reporting is coming in a single screen, in a single view, which is very helpful for the manager. Suppose you have generated a visual on the basis of sales. Okay. Then you have generated a visuals on the basis of product category and sales. Then you have generated product category and quantity. Then you have generated third visualization, product category wise sales under regions. That means product wise, region wise sales. Third visualization. And similarly, so on. So all these visualization you have generated one by one separately. And once you will integrate all these visuals under one screen, that becomes the dashboard. In Tableau, the concept is very clear. When we will demonstrate, hopefully in the next session, we will demonstrate live Tableau, and that you can also enjoy it. So right now, the concept of dashboard is this: integrating all the visualization or collection of visualization, putting at one place and interconnected also, because one visuals effect can be put on other visuals. Okay, so dashboards, charts, graphs, table, geospatial, and infographic. These are the category of visualization which can be generated for your results which you have prepared. Okay, fine. So what is here? Do you understand? I have put a heading, elements of a plot. So before understanding this thing, let me explain you what the term plot represent. Okay. Suppose you have data in a table and you have data under three columns. First column is having the product's name. Second column is having year wise sale, like 2010 and the sale of that year. Third is 2011 and the sale of that year, this way. So when you try to depict this data on a visual form, that means you are going to plot the data on a graph or on a XY coordinate graphics. So that is the concept behind plot. And now see why these elements, because the first thing is the scale and coordinates. That is very important. If you have seen the graph paper, there are X and Y axis always. So you can put the variable value, the value of variables on Y axis, and you can put the value of a constants on X axis. Like you can put the product's name in X axis and the product sales in the Y axis. So accordingly, the sale higher will depict a point on the graph paper, and how this is drawn. This is drawn with the basis, the one value of x-axis, another value of y-axis are made a pair, and these pair are pointed on the graph paper, depicted as a points on the graph paper. And then these points are, after generating all the points on the graph paper, they are interconnected. And this interconnection carried out using some geometrical figure, geometrical object. Like we can connect using a straight line, we can connect in a circular way, we can connect in a square way. So these geometrical objects used for plotting the data on a X and Y axis of a graph, which helps to generate the visuals. Then annotation is representing every graph or every visualization must have a title, a proper title. So once you are generating any visualization, you must be sure that you are giving a proper title. Okay. These are the concern elements. When you are generating a visualization, these things are encountered with you. And now aesthetics of a plot. First of all, you see the coordinates like y-axis, x-axis. So y positive, x positive is there on the in first quadrant, and then y negative in the below, and x negative on the left hand side. So if you have negative and positive both value, then depiction can be done in such a way. Shapes, you can use various geometrical figure for drawing your graphics. Then size, different size of object you can utilize for generating the visualizations. And moreover, you can add colors to this visualization. Line is very important component for generating the graphs or the visuals or the business graphics. So line may be having various type of lines. Normally, a thin straight line may be used, which is in case of a graph paper you might be doing from a school age. So drawing something on your graph paper. But once you are generating the data driven analysis, and once you are generating the valuable insight and trends after analysis, so these trends and insight must be depicted. If you want to depict using line, then you can select different size of line, different width of line, different type of lines to different variable to present the different values of the data using different type of line. So that is very important, that category of line. Otherwise, these shapes are there and the size are there. Okay, let us come to next. Statics of map data to visual representation. Like if you take a careful look on the screen, you will find that data is collected related data is collected related temperature. On temperature of what duration? Temperature of 5 months, or you may say 4 months: January, April, July, October, and finally once again January. Okay, fine. So 4 months temperature is recorded as a data in table, and for 4 different cities of America, like Death Valley, Houston, San Diego, and Chicago. Now you have data in a table, and data doesn't have any color in the table. Data you have in a table, these are monocolor data. Now you want to bring it into visually representation, you want to generate the visualization of that data. So in that case, if you select line graph, that you have decided that I will generate a line graph, then put the temperature as a scale on the y-axis. So minimum is 20 and maximum is 100 degree Fahrenheit. And whatever recording is with you, accordingly you month wise you depict the points on the coordinates value, and then connect these points with straight lines. According to name of the city, you select different color for different lines, which will represent the data of particular city. So this is what we have just now here. I think it is now clear to you that how a line graphic is generated with the based on temperature data related to 4 cities of US and for the 4 months. Months are kept on the x-axis, temperature recorded is kept on y-axis, and according to city, temperature recording is highlighted by drawing the lines of that color, which is depicted in the legend in the graph for the city's name. Okay, so this is an example also which help you to understand how visualization is generated. Fine. And now comes types of visualization. Normally bars chart, if we say, there are a lot of bar charts like group bars, When you say this vertical, then it becomes columns. When you say it is horizontal, then it is column, and if it is vertical, then it is simple bar charts. And these group bar charts or group column charts having a stack bar or stack column chart. Then heat map is also one category where the geometrical squares are presented using the data value, and according to higher value the color is deepened and the lower value the color is shaded. That is the heat map methodology. Types of visualization, here you can see the scattered plot which we have seen in the starting. Then bubble charts also can be drawn. Paired scattered plots, suppose you draw a line that will depict that how many data is below the line and how many data is above the line and how many exactly data is on the line. So this can generate relational comparisons of the analysis. Then slope graph can show the connectivity of data from one end to another end. Bar chart comparing categories. Suppose we have three offices of a company, site 1, site 2, site 3, and their sales figure has to be compared for quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. So for company site 1, blue color is selected, site 2, maroon, and site 3, green. So, and the scale is taken 0 to 6. And now you can see this report, if you present in a tabular data, is hardly means for the people to understand quickly. They have to put lot of effort and time to understand the insight being displayed in this report. But if you bring it with such kind of graphics, it is wonderful. Now you can anybody can say easily that in first quarter which site is performing well or highest sell. Naturally site 1, then next is site 2, and last is site 3. Then in the second quarter the site 2 increase the sell, and then next is the site 1, and site 3 is still on the last line. Then third quarter site 1 again raise the sale, and site 2 come down as a bottom line, and the site 3 has enhanced the sale, and accordingly in quarter 4. So these visualization helps the manager to understand the things being said inside it very quickly. Okay. Let us see stack bar chart. What is the meaning of it? Suppose we have a parameter which is representing the complete figure. Okay. And this complete figure, suppose 0 to 15. Then we have a differentiation of parameter or variable categories like male and female. Here in this case, the chart is depicted here as you see, the male and female patient have been enrolled in HIV care by age group. Now the age group 0 to 14 is mapped with blue color, and above 14 is mapped in a maroon or red like color. So if you want to see the female ratio in a single bar, this is the concept of stack bar also. So in a single bar, if you want to see the ratio of male and female, then on the same bar, by putting different color of range, we can depict it. Like in female, in case of female, it is only 4% for 0 to 14, and it is 10% for above 14 and plus 15 years age. For male, again 0 to 14, it is only 3%, and above 14, it is 6% or more than 6%. Okay, fine. Let us go forward. Here is again a line graph. It's very beautiful line graph is drawn. So what this graphics is going to represent, actually, when you generate a report, the title reflect that what report is being presented with this visualization. Okay. So number of clinician working in each clinic during the year 1 to 4. So here data is collected for 4 years for 3 different clinics and the number of people working in these clinics or paramedical staff you can say working in these clinics. Data is collected into 3 categories. The measures, the measures is the measures of data in this is number of clinician and number of year. Okay, and the dimension is clinic 1 2 3. Okay, fine. So the graph is mapped in such a way that in the first year, what is the situation of clinic 1? It shows that the number of clinician in the first year is highest in clinic 1, then second lowest or second highest in clinic 2, and the lowest in clinic 3. Then in the second year scenario has changed. So now the highest number of clinicians are working in clinic 2, and then second highest is clinic 1, and clinic 3 is still at the lowest level. Then in third year, scenario is again changing, giving the clinic 1 at the topmost level, means the clinician working in clinic 1 or maximum number of clinicians are there in clinic 1, and second maximum is now clinic 3, and clinic 2 has now less number of clinicians working with that. And the fourth year again scenario is changing. Clinic 3 obtained the highest number of people working in the clinic. Then the second highest is clinic 1 and the last one is clinic 2. But at the same time, it also reflects if the clinic 2 in the fourth year is in the lowest, but still it is higher in comparison to third year. This is important thing which sometime manager wants to note down before making decisions. Though it is lowest in comparison to 3 clinics in the fourth year, but still it is higher than its own record of third year and the record of clinic 3 of first and second year. So this kind of interpretation reflected by the visuals are very easy to understand, to discuss, and to plan for making the decisions. Okay, hope you will be understanding it very clearly. Let us see if something more are there. Yeah, this is called a pie chart. So normally what is pie chart? When you have a total data in 100% form and you want to distribute that 100% into the ratio for different parameters or different factors. So suppose you have a dimension like first to third and fourth quarters. So what is the distribution of sale percentage? Or for example, here, what is the percentage of patients enrolled by quarter? So what is the percentage of patients in first quarter, percentage of patients in second quarter, percentage of patients in third quarter, and the fourth quarter? Altogether, it should be 100%. So pie chart in that case, very beautiful tool for presenting the ratio of different parameters or variables. Like here, if you see the first quarter having the highest number of patients registered or enrolled. Okay. Then second highest is second quarter. And then third highest is third quarter. And lowest is the fourth quarter, which is having 8% patient only. Third is having 10%, and second is having 23%, and first is having 59% of patient. So this is a very good tool for depicting. So this is what we have today. What we mean that synchronization of entire topics under the subject, that first thing you are doing the analysis. Based on analysis, you are presenting the result. For presenting the result, you are using visualization or data visualization. By means of visual reporting, you are providing sufficient insight to the decision maker, and based on your insights presented through visual forms, decision maker will be going to take the decisions. Okay. So this is the integration of this entire scenario. And now visualization tools are available in the markets and they are dominating also. So various tools are there, but out of which two tools are very popularly being used and maximum being used in the industry. The one is the Tableau and another is the Power BI. So if you want to generate the visualization, if you are also interested to put the outcomes of any analysis in visual form, then you should also follow either Power BI or Tableau. Hopefully, if we get time in the next session, we will try to demonstrate Tableau in the videos, and that recording can be shared with you also. So this is what for today's session. Myself, Shams Raza, for your subject data visualization for decision making, ISM Patna. Thank you for